Hello everybody. Alright, so today's lesson is a little short. There are two videos to this one. This will be the first problem, and the second problem is going to be in a second video. So make sure to watch both videos. And it's only going to be a total of two problems. So pretty short, and the homework is also pretty short. It's just page 494, numbers 19 through 23. And that's it. So let's begin with the first problem. 16 plus x squared equals negative x. So the first thing you should notice is whether it's in standard form or not. Since it's not in standard form, we're going to need to convert it. So to do that, we're going to need to move negative x to the left side. And we can do that by adding 8x to both sides, which gives us 16 plus 8x, you can put the 8x wherever, plus x squared equals 0. However, is this in standard form now? No, it's not. The x squared needs to be in the front, and then 8x, and then the 16. Remember, it goes by the highest degree. So 2 is the highest degree, and then the invisible 1 is the next biggest degree, and then this has a degree of x to the power of 0. Alright, so now that we have our equation, we're going to need to figure out what our zeros are, right? So to do that, we need to make y equal to 0, and figure out when y is equal to 0, what is our x equal to? Alright, so to do that, we're going to do it through graphing. Oh, I have no idea what's going on here. Okay. So let's go ahead and create a table. Okay. So instead of just watching me do it, go ahead and pause the video and try to figure out some values by yourself. See if you can figure it out, because it is a handy tool to have. Alright, so based on this equation, figure out a couple of values. So let's start with the easiest one of all, 0. And once again, we don't even have to calculate it, because when it's in standard form, this is going to be our y-intercept. So that means we already have our first point, 0, 16. So let's go ahead and plot that. So 0 means we're not moving to the right or left, and we go up to 16. Oop. Okay, so we have our first point. And now let's observe our graph to figure out which way we should look, because the points might be to the left, it might be to the right, but we need to figure out a graph so we're not doing too much work. Okay, so notice here that x squared is positive, right? Even though there's no 1, there's an invisible 1 here, and that 1 is positive. If it was negative, we would have had negative x squared. But since there's nothing written, we assume it's positive, and that is that a is equal to 1. So, since we know that our graph's going to be facing upwards, right? Positive a value means facing upwards, and if it was negative x squared, meaning negative 1 is our a, then our graph would have been facing downwards. So that means our graph is going to look something like this, right? Or it will look something like this. Oh, that's a little wrong. It might look like this. Or it could look like this, right? But it definitely will not look like that. It will definitely not be facing downwards. So now we have simplified the number of points we're going to look at. So let's go ahead and try 1, right? When we plug in 1, you get 1 to the power of 2 is 1 plus 8x. Let me erase this real quick here. So you get 1 plus 8 plus 16. And that's going to give you 25. So we're going to go to 125. 125, all the way up here. And now we start to see our graph taking shape. So we have one piece of information. So since it's going this way, we know that our vertex is going to be to the left side, right? You can see the way it's angling already. It cannot go this way, right? So that means let's look for our next point at -1. So when you plug in -1, you get 9. So -1, 9. 9 would be right here. Alright, so our graph's taking a little bit more of a shape now again. So we still know it's to the left side, so we need to keep going. But since it's taking a while, and I'm noticing a pattern here, right? These numbers are all squares. 16 is a square of 4. 25 is a square of 5. And 9 is a square of 3. So knowing that, if we put in -2, that might not give us a small enough square yet. We want to figure out where y is equal to 0. So let's go ahead and try -3 instead, right? Because if we do 2, we'll probably get the answer of 4. So -3, when you plug in -3 into x squared, you get +9. Oh, what happened here? Oh, the 8 went away. Let's fix that. Okay. I don't know how that left. Okay, so when you plug -3 in, you get +1. And go ahead and plug it in yourself and see if -3 works for you. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and up 1. Alright, so we're seeing some more shape now. But we're not completely sure if this is our vertex yet, so we need to keep going. We need to go another point to the right, to the left. So let's go ahead and try -4. Oh, and remember when I said that this is a square, right? 1 is a square of 1, so we have a pattern here. So -4, when you plug in -4, you get 0. And hey, that's one of our zeros. Once again, we still don't know if that's the end of it though. So we need to go another point to the left. So let's go another point to the left. Otherwise, we won't know for sure. When you plug in -5, see what you get. When you plug in -5, you get 1. So hey, it was our vertex, the last one. So now that we know that this is a vertex, we can create our axis of symmetry. And our axis of symmetry is going to be right here. Right? It goes through the vertex, the x value of the vertex at least. So now everything that's on this side will be reflected on the other side, the same number of points away. So this one was 1 point away, so this one's going to be 1 point away as well. So this one was 3 points away, so we're going to plot 3 points to the left of this line as well. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go 4 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's connect this. Oh, that's a little messed up. Okay, there we go. All right, so by graphing, we were able to figure out that our vertex and our 0 are at the same place. So our 0 is equal to -4. And make sure to watch the next video as well.